conflict. What is the situation in terms of your relations with Pakistan that Imran Khan visited Ukraine on the day there was an attack?
Well, we've asked all countries, particularly democratic countries who value freedom and sovereignty, to make a clear stand against an unprovoked act of Russian aggression in Ukraine. This war is wholly without justification. It's a barbaric war of aggression, and we believe it needs to be condemned by all countries of the United Nations.
Pakistan like slaves, and that's not going to be accepted anymore. How do you see that state?
We have a strong relationship with Pakistan going back many years. It's a mature relationship which allows us to speak frankly about issues including where we disagree. This issue is the most important issue in world affairs right now, and we're asking all countries, all members of the United Nations, particularly democracies like ours, to take a clear stand and condemn this unprovoked Russian aggression.
There were some important visits that were scheduled between UK and Pakistan which have been cancelled. Many observers believe that it is because of the recent cooling down in relations and because of the Ukraine crisis. Where do you see things going between UK and Pakistan after this whole Russian attack on Ukraine?
As I said, the most important issue in the world right now is the situation in our neighbourhood, in Europe, where we have a mass campaign of unprovoked aggression, an invasion of the sort we should never see in the 21st century. And all countries, particularly democracies, should be taking a very, very clear stand and making their views very clear to Russia. This is a completely unacceptable way to behave in the 21st century.
How do you see the role of those countries which have abstained from voting against Russia or which have not condemned the Russian attack in the manner that many of the Western countries want to?
I think it's important that Russia gets a clear and united message from the international community. So we've worked with partners and allies around the world to try and make sure that message is as loud as it can be. And over 140 countries in the United Nations voted for the resolution condemning Russia's act and asking them immediately to reverse that aggression and to leave Ukraine. And we want to see more countries joining us in doing that and making clear to Russia that this is unacceptable and needs to end.
And Prime Minister Imran Khan said that when it comes to Kashmir and Indian aggression, then the West keeps silent. It comes to Ukraine, the West asked us to condemn that. Why is that double standard?
I don't believe there's any double standards. I mean, this is a clear breach of the UN Charter, and every member of the United Nations ought to be able to be equally clear in condemning what Russia is doing in Ukraine. It is utterly without justification.